Hello, my name is Alexandra and welcome to Creative 404. Today we're going to make this easy dress. I've made this little dress in hearts. That way it can be like a little Valentine's Day gift for you guys. The pattern is free and it's in the description below, so feel free to download it. I have it in both US letter and A4 paper for those abroad. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you for watching. If you like this video and you appreciate receiving the free pattern, give it a like and subscribe if you'd like to see more videos like this. Add a comment if you'd like to make suggestions on what other patterns you would like to see. I'd like to get y'all's input on what y'all want and try to accomplish some of those demands. So here is the tutorial. I hope you enjoy it. First, you're going to print out and cut out the pattern pieces. The pattern is in this description box below, so let's get started. Alright, so here is a nice heart pattern that I decided to do for Valentine's Day. I am going to go on the wrong side of the fabric and use this disappearing ink to trace my pattern pieces. I'm also only going to do one of the bodice. You're going to need 2 bodice pieces, 3 pieces total, and I decided here to cut out the darts because you do need to trace along the darts too. I tried folding it, but then I decided just to cut them out. So you make sure the darts are in there nice and clean. This will make it so that it fits nicely across the bust of the doll. I decided to use a cream lining for the bodice. This way you won't have double patterns showing through the front of the pattern from the lining. So I decided to use a solid color, a nice cream. So here are your pieces all cut out. So you're going to have one of your pattern, one of your lining, and then one of your skirt pattern. Alright, so you're going to take these and put them right sides together. Because I have a lining doesn't really matter since it's a solid. Here I'm indicating I'm going to trace along the neck hole and both armholes. I decided to take the pattern again and cut out my seam allowances. Just going along the dotted line and cutting out the seam allowance so that you can trace it onto your pattern. Made a little bit of a mistake, forgot a piece, there we go. And now I am tracing the neck hole. This way you have really clean lines for where your sewing thread goes. I don't know how to describe it. It just makes it so that your lines when you sew are just nice and straight and even. Sometimes when you don't do this, you can end up with some very strange zigzag lines. So here it is. As you can see, it's all clean, it's all straight, and it follows those guidelines. I'm going to clip these corners and then clip into the corners here and here. I'm also going to do the shoulders and the armholes. I give it probably around 4 millimeters in distance between each little clip. And then I am going to turn this inside out. And you do this by taking the back and pushing it through the shoulder seams or the shoulder part and push it. This is the hardest part of this pattern. You're going to get frustrated. Sometimes you can cut some of that seam allowance down a little bit and make it a little bit easier, but in all honesty, just take your time. I like to use the tip of a small scissors. Try not to push through the fabric and cause a hole, so just gently push it through, take your time, and try not to get too frustrated. Yeah. Sorry about that. But it looks real nice, and once you iron it like here, it looks really nice and flat. Now you can do a top seam on top of your the ones that you just did, but I'm really just going to do the darts like you see here. I skipped the top stitches. Now you're going to do the shoulder seams with right sides together. You're going to do each side seam is what I meant to say. And I clipped the top so that it looks clean around the armholes. Now you're going to do the skirt. You're going to hem it up about 4 millimeters, 4 to 5 millimeters, and top stitch it. So there we go, it's a nice top stitch. And then you're going to gather the top of your skirt, and I'll be right back. So here it is. I take the thread that's away from you and start pulling and gathering the skirt. I really should have spent more time doing this just so that it looks real nice. And I should have also added some fray check because this thing was fraying so much. About a centimeter from the edge, you're going to clip. So make sure there's a little bit of an edge. So don't go all the way to the edge. Just make sure that there's a little bit of left of your skirt poking out. And clip or pin your fabric pieces right sides together. And then sew across the top. Be right back. Alright, see, the gathers aren't the best, but it is what it is. I am folding the skirt piece and trying to figure out how much of a seam allowance I need. Then a little bit off camera, I am taking my disappearing ink and indicating where I need to sew. So here we go. It's probably about a centimeter in length for that seam. Then I clip the bottom just to make it look cleaner and neater. And then I turn it inside out. See? Ah, those gathers look so bad to me right now. I wish I spent more time on that. But this is just a tutorial. Hope you like it. That's the end of the dress, and off camera I am adding some snaps. So that's the end of sewing. It's really easy to do besides turning in those shoulder seams for that bodice. It is just really, really fun and simple, and I hope you enjoy it. Here it is on the doll. She is very lovely. She also doesn't have a head. My Blythe head is actually still being customized. Eventually I will have it done. But I just enjoy sewing a lot more than customizing, so you will see a lot more patterns in the future. Yeah, I didn't mind the back. It's a little bit loose if you ask me, but it's a cute, simple dress. And I hope you like it. So here it is on the doll. Look, she's so pretty. Alright, that's the end of the tutorial. Hope you liked it. So that was the tutorial. Thank you for watching. One thing I would like to make sure that you understand is that I do use paper while sewing. I will take the fabric from my pattern and I put it on top of paper and I sew around my seams, and this way the fabric does not fall into my machine. There's a hole where the bobbin thread comes in, and the needle has a tendency to push my fabric into that hole, and then my fabric will get caught up in the gears. So I use the paper to add stability and keep the fabric from getting lodged into my sewing machine. Other than that, I really appreciate you coming along and watching this video. If you liked it, give it a like. If you have any suggestions, put it in the comments below. And if you want to see more videos like this, give it a subscribe. I have currently 50 subscribers. I am super excited. I would like to see more people who want to join this hobby and want free patterns. So I hope you guys enjoy it, and thank you for watching. Bye bye now.